Hey, good morning, Cats. Day of 117, and the effects of the rain yesterday are pretty evident. This this stream running behind me was just barely flowing yesterday. I mean, or the day before, and now it's quite full. Come up to the banks. I've even had to step across a mud puddle today for the first time, so it's quite exciting. I'm glad for the county. They definitely needed the rain, and we're back out on track. So the terrain today, it's pretty flat for the first half mile or so. Then I'm gonna climb up a bit of a hill, as usual. 1,200, 1,500 feet ascent, something like that. And then after that, it's pretty rolling with one or two dips, ups and downs. So it ought to be a pretty good day once I get over this first little hump. Well, just about 600 feet of ascent over a little more than half a mile, and I made it up here to the top. So much for those showers and such. I almost forgot about my favorite friends, these rocks. It was mostly clear on the way up, other than the rock stairs and such. But yep, looks like it'll be a little bit of scrambling. It's not the true boulder fields. I'm sure they're coming up ahead. I think I'll just take a little break here for a few minutes. Over the next 3 miles, I still have another 600 feet to climb, but it's not going to be quite as steep as what I just went through, so it won't be bad. So I just met up with another thru-hiker that I'd run across a couple times back in Port Clinton. He was sitting on the side of the trail on a rock. He had twisted his knee pretty bad, coming down a pretty steep little hill back there. He was getting prepared to keep on moving. I know this stretch of trail right here, which is really nice, will be welcome for him for sure. But he's thinking about maybe needing to pop off and have a doctor look at it. So there's a water source about a quarter mile ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get my water and sit down and take a break and kind of wait around for him and see if he needs any help. He was going to try to get to that point. And yeah, his name is Solo. It's serving our Lord only. So it was nice to have a little chat about kind of what we do when we're walking the hours along trail, and thoughts and prayers and having good conversations. Okay. So Eckville is probably around where I'm trying to get to today. The spring is right up ahead. But this thing says Katahdin in 965 miles. I think they've added a few extra miles this year. So it's probably like 369 or 372. I don't know. Guess they have fun doing that. So I just took a nice long break and saw Solo. He's still struggling on, and he kept on going, so I'll probably catch up to him in a bit. But I was talking to another thru-hiker, and he said that there was another trail that cuts off like 4 miles from the AT. The good thing about that, you don't have to climb up this stupid crazy mountain. You can kind of get around it. But what fun would that be? So, like a dummy, I'm just going to go ahead and follow the white blaze instead of the blue blaze. There's a woodpecker digging for some food. The one through hiker that I talked to, he was taking a blue blaze. He was very much done with Pennsylvania. You know, the trails go over some of the roughest terrain along the top, all of the rock scrambles and all that. Some of it's fun, but when you go through a boulder field for 2 miles, it's a bit much. And then like this path that I'm on right now, you know, adds another 4 miles to the trail. And we could have just taken the other, I don't know. Just, he had a bad experience, lost his GPS, twisted both ankles, and just wants to get out of Pennsylvania. And I guess I don't blame him. All right. That's where I just came from. And this is where I'm going. Up to the view, it's called the pulpit. I might render some judgments once I get there. Oh. Right. Straight ahead. Okay, we're at the pinnacle with a random pyramid thing full of rocks. And up ahead there's supposed to be some fine easterly views. Well, I opted out of the pinnacle. Just a mob of people, even on a weekday like it is. Evidently it's one of the most popular destinations for day hikers, and I believe it. I can only imagine what it would be like on the weekend. So no pictures. Instead, take you along, you can listen to birds and look at rocks. Well, you know, the trail is sketchy if the state parks build their own little helipad for evacuations right on it. So, people, be careful out there. Okay, so even though he's on the road, there's no vehicles allowed here. This is for emergencies only. But I just stop here and take a little look at the turtle. I hear you. You don't need to make any noises. I'm going to leave you alone. Well, that was the first. I was walking along, had my head down, walking down that road like I've been doing for the past couple miles, and all of a sudden it was like I should be where I wanted to get to by now. So I looked at my my app, and I was in the middle of the woods somewhere, totally off trail. I missed a turn, so unfortunately it was all downhill. So I had to turn around and go uphill to get back on track. But on the sunny side, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have had that picture of the turtle. So, pluses and minuses. Hey cats, so camped up here, ended up doing about 15.7 miles today, so that's not so bad. Don't really like the spot I'm in. I'm in grass, and I know there's poison ivy about, so I'm trying to step carefully about and plot out my moves for the night for sure. Found out that at some point I'd gone past solo. I'm not sure how. He must have hit a side trail or something, and I zipped on by him. So, but I know he's okay. He was headed to the Eckville shelter, so hopefully he gets that need taken care of. Anyway, it was a good day. Even though I had got off trail a little bit and a couple of little things, but all in all, it was a pretty enjoyable day. And so I'm all set up. I think I'm going to go ahead and cook me my grub and get ready for tomorrow. See you on the trails, cats.